Well, here's the deal. If you're, ask yourself this question: does your business involve people, and do those humans have to buy your stuff in order for you to make money? Kind of say that tongue in cheek. Let me repeat that. Does your business involve people, and do those human beings have to buy your stuff in order for you to make money? If the answer is yes, I am telling you that the top 6, 7-figure earners that you love and adore, that you see on stages or out there on Facebook, they are doing what we are about to show you inside here of Mlsp, a proprietary CRM. If you don't know what this is, we're going to be talking about it tonight. It's called a customer relationship manager. Customer relationship manager. This whole business, I don't care what industry you're in, this is a people business. Okay, and it is all about relationships. It's people who are going to buy your products, services, join your business. And when the time is right for them, if you do what we're going to show you what we're going to show you tonight, I mean, here's the deal for when I first got started, guys and gals, is this CRM. If you've been to networking events, how many of you, and if I wish I could show my webcam because I brought out my my shoebox of it's not showing for some reason. Okay, not working. I got a full shoebox full of cards, full of business cards. And guys, if you are out there doing the work and meeting people, I don't care if it's offline or online, so many people collect these business cards and call it a day. They will maybe reach out to them one time, connect with them on Facebook one time, and then that's it. That's it. Tonight, we are going to show you a process. We're going to show you a software, a tool, where if you do this legwork up front, you can manually, if you make a connection at an offline event, and you can manually upload those prospects into a CRM and really take notes on the prospect, and you can build rapport with the prospect and truly have their best interest at heart and really want to serve them. And then, as you build out the relationships over weeks, over 3-4 months, maybe when they call you back, you can pull up their notes, not have to go through a stack of notepads like I had to do back in the day, but search by their first or last name in this CRM and find real quickly, remind yourself and see the notes, the history you've had with that prospect, that they were just waiting for their daughter to go to school, or they were just waiting for a big, some type of pension check to come in before they get started in their business, right? If you can pull that type of information when the prospect's ready, oh my goodness, and they ping you back, it is a laydown sale. Okay, we're going to show you how to schedule appointments with people so that no prospect ever falls through the cracks, how to create tasks daily, how to send out customizable emails based on the conversation you have with your prospects so that you can become 100% more effective, more efficient with your time, and really create that bond with your prospect, instant rapport, tracking where your leads are coming from, creating labels for your prospects, rating your prospects' interests, connecting with their social media links. This is, again, we don't talk about this tool enough. This customer relationship manager, again, this is proprietary inside of Mlsp. If you're a member, you have access to the software as part of your membership. But I can't tell you how many times I've had people call me back when I wasn't using the CRM, and it's just, we're busy. We're busy. If you're doing the thing, you're connecting with 5 to 10 to 20 plus, maybe 50 plus people a day, right? Or as weeks go by, when that person calls you back, if you've got to go through a notepad, that's stuck in a corner in between hundreds of other notepads because you're actively out there prospecting, connecting with people, and that's the only thing that's going to give you money is people. That's like finding a needle in a haystack to be able to really reconnect with that prospect because you're too busy doing the thing. But with what we're going to show you tonight, it is going to absolutely blow you away. And I'm telling you, for those who take this software to heart and who use it daily, it is the difference between going broke and throwing in the towel and saying this doesn't work and starting to make your first few sales. And then as you grow and scale, it is the difference between the guy or gal you see on stage and those who say this doesn't work. It is people at the end of the day. And as long as you progress daily, you get better. The content you create that is serving your audience, getting better and better, and you're keeping tabs on everyone who's ever raised their hand as they come through your pipeline, and not in a notepad, but in something that is actually like something you're going to be able to call upon later to continue the relationship, build the know, like, and trust factor, so that when the time is right, you turn that relationship into a profitable partnership. And hopefully I can get this webcam because I got a couple things I wanted to show you. It's not working, but that's where we're headed tonight. So as I bring out my brother, guys, let me know in the Q&A. We're streaming live over on Mlsp fan page as well, and we're going to dive into the training. Let me know if this makes sense. Let me know if you're ready to dive into this area of your business, and you may be saying to yourself, I'm only generating 1 or 2 or 3 leads a day. That's a start. That's a start. And if you embrace what we're going to show you tonight, that's all you don't need hundreds of leads a day to grow a full-time business. We're going to prove it to you tonight. So grab a pen and paper, stay on to the very end, and we're going to show you something. We actually just released a new funnel, and Jim said he was going to show us how to hook up the CRM with that funnel, something you can share immediately tonight on Facebook that is so valuable. If your audience is interested in learning how to leverage Facebook to build their business, we're going to show you a very simple process to start doing what we're going to show you tonight effective immediately. So without any further ado, that's where we're headed. I hope you're as excited as I am to talk about this. And let me bring out Jim Finale, who is the creative director and does so much. He is the creator of the site's blogging platform. He does all the design work. If you guys see anything that you like from a design standpoint here at Mlsp, it came from this guy. And he's just such a vital piece of this platform, of this education and training system, and we're going to let him take the reins, and me and Jim will have a conversation with you who are listening about what I believe is the most important tool in your arsenal, in your business, our proprietary customer relationship manager. So Jim, good evening, hello.
What's up, everyone? How are you guys doing? Brian, why don't you shoot that screen over to me so we can share some of this stuff. I am super pumped to be here, guys. Mainly, one of the reasons that I just love this tool, man, and we don't do this very often, where we kind of get to show you, really what the power is with this specific tool. And for all of you guys that are Mlsp members, you have access to this. If you don't, if you're not a member and or you don't feel like you need a CRM or a customer relationship manager, I think Brian and I are kind of on the same page here, where if someone tells you you don't need a CRM and you are in a people person business, they are nuts. They are absolutely nuts. And I think we can say that from experience. But the data shows that too, I mean, there's a reason why companies and corporations pay thousands and thousands of dollars every month to get their team hooked into a CRM so that they can, they can follow up with all of their prospects, clients, salespeople. I mean, everything, right? There's a reason why they do that. So what I'm going to kind of do is I'm going to show kind of a quick overview of what our CRM can do. And again, if you're not a member or you don't have a CRM yet, take note of what we're saying, because Brian and I are going to go kind of back and forth as we go through some of these features here, and kind of give you not just the how, but also the why. Like why you're going to be able to want to schedule tasks, why you're going to want to tag some of these people certain ways, why you want to get this and that working within your CRM, because it's crucial. I mean, there are things that we're going to be talking about tonight that you can implement right away and start seeing results because of it. All right. So just for those of you that have never seen our CRM, when you log into the Mlsp back office, you simply go to My Prospects and My Prospects CRM. It will load up the Mlsp CRM. Again, this is proprietary software that we built inside of Mlsp. I'm a little bit biased because the team worked really, really hard to build this thing just the way we needed it. We took feedback from some of our best, highest grossing affiliates and people that were really power users with other CRMs, wondering what they liked, what they disliked. And this is kind of like the brainchild of all of that information. And it just keeps getting better and better. All right. So what we're looking at here is the dashboard for the Mlsp CRM. And at first glance, basically you get a recap of what's going on with your prospects, with your leads. All right. You get to see a chart here. Now, some of these names may look a little strange. This is all dummy content for one of our test accounts. So you might see some references to Looney Tunes characters and things like that. But let's move on from that. So you're going to be able to see a snapshot of your new prospects, see how many you're bringing in daily, last 7 days, last 30 days. Your newest prospects are right here. You get to see your priority prospects, and I'm going to go over all of this, how you get to rate people and things like that, the highest rated prospects, and then your upcoming tasks. This is your quick view of everything that you have going on. Now what I want to do is I want to dig down into what all these features, all these things that you're looking at, what they do and how you can utilize them to start getting some results with these things. All right. So the first thing I want to do is we're going to take you to the prospect list. This is kind of like your first screen when you want to look at all the prospects that you have coming in. And one of the most important features that we've been really working on hard is how you can filter through this list of prospects. I mean, there's people that come in here, they get 10, 20 leads, and that's a huge accomplishment. Don't ever play that down. There's people that come in here and have thousands and thousands of leads coming through this prospect list. So we needed a real quick way to be able to filter and kind of show and search for the specific leads and specific topics that you're looking for, all right? So in order to be able to do that, you can filter by any of these options up here. You can show only people that have left phone numbers. You can show only people that you physically marked as a priority in your list, okay? You can search by any of the labels that you yourself get to create. So if you have specific people that are interested in a specific part of your business, you can tag them with that label, and then you can have access to that list of people in just a click of a button, right? So let's say that I have people that, one of my parts of my business is I train people on Instagram, right? I have an Instagram coaching. I would tag them with an Instagram label, and I could search this and just pull up people that are interested in Instagram, right? And then finally, obviously, just the search functionality. This search is lightning fast. It'll update as you search. It's really sweet. So again, very easy to look through your prospects. And then if you look up here, some of the best things that we've done, some of the biggest things that we've done here is your ability to add a prospect manually and also upload your prospects. Because we know some people are going to come in and they're going to have a list of people, or they're going to have many lists of people that are all over different autoresponders, other CRMs and things like that. And you want to be able to upload the prospects. Well, you can do that with the CRM in one file. You can just make it a CSV, upload it, and we'll put everything in your prospect list for you. But also, when Brian was mentioning, and I have those shoe boxes full of business cards. When I was running a web development business, if I had something like this, I would have saved a lot of trees, because I had notebooks piled with potential clients and current clients taking notes on where we were and things like that. And we didn't have anything like this at the time in order to be able to keep all that data here. So not only do I have the shoebox full of business cards, but I've seen Brian's and they're overflowing, right? I mean, think about it. You go to these events and you come home with fistfuls of business cards, and what are you going to do with them? Well, with the CRM, you just go through it real quick and add them manually, right? So you'd add the first name, last name, email address, a phone number, and then a prospect source. So if you met them at a network marketing event or something like that, or any kind of conference, a real estate conference or something like that, you would put the prospect source right here so you know where they came from, right? And then when you dig deeper into that prospect, that's when the real magic starts to happen. You start filling in the details, maybe their social media account details, right? Start labeling with some things, take notes on the interactions that you had, and then you create some tasks so that you can follow up, and then we take notes on those tasks. Really powerful stuff. I'm gonna go over all that. Okay, so that is the prospect list.
Yo, awesome. So let's just, I'm going to probably bounce in here, guys, because there's questions and, just we're having a conversation here, guys, where, a couple guys who have done some, built a pretty big business, and we wouldn't have been able to do it if it wasn't on these relationships. Okay. If it wasn't for the fact that it's people, right? And these business cards Jim's talking about, and for everyone who's asked, we're not saying go get business cards. We're just saying, if you're going to networking events and you're out there doing the thing and growing your business, this, instead of just calling that lead once on and putting that business card in a shoebox, which I have countless full shoeboxes of them, and I wish I had this tool when I was building my business, my actual network marketing business. But that's, you would add that prospect in here, and we're going to show you what you can do with it. We're going to be gracing and over all the benefits and tools and assets in this CRM to turn you into a professional business owner, and to turn you into someone who does follow up with their prospects, with everyone you ever come. It may sound like an overwhelming task, guys. this is your next play. Ideally, your next, this business around your passion. This is, when you find people, connect with cool people, not just putting their number in your cell phone or pinging them on Facebook, but really the power of what we're going to go over here. It's going to make or break your business. And that, when you're out there in those networking groups and meetup groups and your company events, or you go to other offline events for whatever, you can go to add prospect and you can start the process with building the relationship with that prospect, which means everything.
Cool. Yeah, dude, jump in at any time, man. Like I said, I think that it's not only just going to be showing you guys how to use this, but the reasons why, why it's so powerful. So jump in whenever. But that's a quick overview of the prospect list. Now let's see what happens when you get a lead, right? And see what's possible. So Jeffrey Lebowski gave me his email address at this afternoon, and you have some options over here, right? You can delete the lead, obviously, if it's junk, but you can click this button and see a really quick overview of the information that you have. Now, with this guy, I don't have very much information, right? He probably just put his email and name in and got an offer that I was making or something like that. But if you come down to someone like, let's see, Jonathan Snow down here and put down, you can see that I have his city, I have the state, I have the funnel or the tracking that he came in on, so I know exactly where this lead came from. All right, I have labeled him already with some conversations that I had, and then I see the last interaction that I had with him that I put into the CRM, right? I sent an email to him, and I could see the email that I sent to him if I wanted to. So all of this is tracked. You never lose count of where you are. You never lose your place in the conversation that you're having with your leads, right? So this is the quick one, but if you jump in to see the actual editing screen of the lead, right? This is where you really have a lot of power, okay? You can edit and add the contact information and the social media links that people have, so you always have access to them on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. There's God, how many of these you can add, right? You can add all sorts of these things so you have access to them. Additional information, you can label what primary business focus they are. So if they're in realtors, or if they're in if they want to learn Facebook or something like that, like you could add these kinds of things here. Okay, and I'm going to go over labels in a second here, but I want to show you the rest of the screen real quick. So this is the schedule tasks screen. There are three huge functions within this CRM. That is labels that we're going to show you in a sec. Tasks, so like scheduling tasks and completing tasks that keeps you always on time, and then the email functionality that you have, so you can create email templates and quickly email your prospects depending on where they are, right, in the process. And then down here, you can just take general notes. So if I had a conversation, or I knew of a conversation coming up, or I learned something about this prospect, I can add a note here so that when I am having a conversation with them, I can look back at my notes and get as much information about this prospect as possible. Because remember when Brian was talking about the know, like, and trust factor, imagine how powerful it would be if you had a conversation with a prospect or a lead or something like that, and he said, I can't talk right now. My kids are about to start school this week. It's a really busy time. Can you call me back next week? Or in 2 weeks or whatever. Make a note of that, and then when you call them the next time, you can say, "Hey, man, how are you doing? It's good to hear your voice. Listen, last time we talked, I know you were getting your kids ready for school. I know with me, that's a crazy time of year. How'd it go with you? You start building these things, building this rapport with the prospect, with the lead. That's when the magic starts to happen, right? So being able to take general notes and being able to take notes on all the interactions that you have, right, is really powerful. So let's get into the labels here. Labels are cool because, again, when you saw me kind of filtering through the prospect list, you can really quickly kind of filter out specific people that you want to talk to, right? So with labels, you can create as many labels as you want, and then you can assign them to the lead, right? So this person came in with our messenger marketing guide. So I knew that they're interested in Facebook marketing, right? So I added a label that says Facebook marketing. These are some of the other labels that I've personally created, right? So some of these are based on other conversations I may have had with them, like they're interested in X company, Z company. Maybe I left them a voicemail and I'm waiting to hear back from them, right? Or maybe they just want to talk offline. They don't do email. I don't know how many people. God, that would be amazing. Has kids, came in with a free report. But if you want to create a new label, and this is the beauty of it, is this isn't just for one specific type of business owner, right? You can do this is a process you should be following if your business involves interacting with people, right? So label name, I don't know, let's make something up. Let's say they are interested in Instagram. Oh, I already did that. Let's say they're interested in Snapchat. All right, and to that, let's choose a color for the label. I'll do that one, and we just add a label. And now that label is tagged to this person, but it's also a label that I can add to my prospects as they come in, right? So save that. Now it's part of their label, right? So now when I filter out Snapchat in the prospect list, I can see people that are interested in that topic, right? And again, this has to do with whatever your business provides, right? So that's kind of like how the labels work, all right? Very easy to add, very easy to create and delete and everything like that. Very self-explanatory when it comes to labels. Now I want to get into tasks. Brian, do you have anything else right now that you want to add in before I get to tasks?
No, we're getting over all the foundation stuff, and yeah, this is, I mean, guys, one thing I will add is just, I guess I do have something, Jim. The guys, with these labels, you can, export these leads if you ever wanted to like mass broadcast them, and these labels are a very, very big deal when we talk about congruent marketing and message to market. If someone's interested in Snapchat, and that if you had a product or a training specifically about Snapchat and you wanted to just invite people who have raised their hand or said they were interested about Snapchat, or deeper, if they were interested in your product or your business opportunity, those are two different, very, very messages that you would want to interact with that person about. And to have that distinction is a very big deal if you're going to be mass broadcasting, which we'll talk about a little bit later. So these labels are a very, they're going to help you level up your follow-up in a way where it's going to make you, when we talk about leaving no money on the table, no money falling through the cracks, labels through this CRM, you guys will see how they come into play here in the next few minutes.
Yeah, and again, it's not just the labels, it's everything that, and it's not just the CRM, it's everything that a CRM is supposed to do. It's right message to market, right? It's keeping track of where your leads are coming from, what their interests are, how you can segment them into different tracks so you always have the right message to market. So let's get into tasks, because this is the stuff that keeps you on point, right? This is the stuff that keeps you not forgetting, not, like Brian said, not letting the money fall through the cracks, right? With the CRM, with the Mlsp CRM, you can schedule tasks and then you can take action on those tasks right here, all right? And scheduling tasks, you can schedule things like, for instance, you would set a task date and time. Let's say, like I said, this guy said, call me in 2 weeks because I got to get my kids into school, right? And it's a crazy time. I said, okay, let me call you on Wednesday, on the 27th. I'll give you a call at 6 p.m., right? And it'll be a phone conversation. And preparation notes, I'm going to say, asked for this time, had kids ready to start school, hectic time, okay? Now, these are preparation notes. So when I come in here to make this call, I can read through these preparation notes so I know that there are some things that I can touch on to instantly build that rapport back up, right? Because I haven't talked to him in a couple of weeks. So I'll schedule the task and it'll show up right here as a future task that I need to take action on, okay? Now, I have to email this prospect on September 14th, which is tomorrow. Let's fast forward and say that it's tomorrow, okay? Now, I've scheduled a task right here. You've seen that. Let's take action on the task. Now, this is an email task, and you can see by this icon right here, it's asking me to send an email, okay? Every time you click this take action button, what you have that pops up will be a little bit different based on what that task is. So with emails, it actually takes me to the email template creation place, which is an amazing tool. I'm not going to touch on that just yet. I'll show you exactly how to take action on the phone call because it's a little bit quicker here, and I really want to dive into emails in a separate section right here, okay? So let's take action on this call to prospect, all right? So let's say it's, let's imagine that this day was, when I was supposed to call him, and let's say that the interaction, the method, and the result was a completed call. And let's say it was awesome, right? Amazing, sounded interested in whatever I'm selling, need to send out this product info kit, or whatever you just had that conversation with, right? And let's say it was amazing. I'm gonna rate this interaction as straight up red hot. It was an amazing call. Now, if it was a crappy call and he was like, dude, I don't even remember you, hang up the phone kind of thing, I'll just rate the interaction as 1 star, because the CRM takes all of your interactions into account and rates the prospect on whether or not they're ice cold or red hot, right? So I'm gonna say red hot, and I'm gonna save the interaction. And you'll see that up here in my interaction history, I start getting a tally of all the interactions I've had with that prospect. So I know exactly where they are in the process, right? That is huge. You never lose when you had contact with someone, okay? And then if you don't want to, if you have sent an email to the guy or you have a phone call with the guy and you don't do it from back here, you can always record an interaction that didn't take place within the CRM so that you can still keep track of where you are in the process, right? So let's say you send an email and like for instance, he wanted information on a product info kit. Sent email, waiting on response, set up call for next week or something like that, right? Set that there, save interaction, and now we have this, right? Now it's set up as another interaction that I had with that person. So these are kind of the, like how powerful it is to do these tasks, right? And like when we showed you the dashboard, this is an overview of the tasks that you coming up and the things you may be overdue on and some things that are in the future. Now, this one was set up in 2015. I missed that call, okay? I'll probably delete that and say this was not, you know, I didn't complete this one because it's a little bit old. He probably won't remember me. So that's the tasks, all right? Brian, anything on the task, because I want to dig into emails and I don't want to keep people on too long. You know, I get really excited about this, about the CRM, so I don't want to go too far over.
No, you're doing great, man. It's good.
Okay, cool. So let's go back to this prospect, right? And now let's say that it is September 14th and I have to send this email, okay? Shoot an email at this. So these are the notes that I took when I scheduled this task. Shoot an email asking what they thought of the messenger marketing cheat sheet that I knew they came in from, and if they needed help at all going through it, and ask for the phone number so that we can set up a call, all right? Cool, I am ready to send this email. So I'm gonna click take action, and it's gonna open up the email portal, all right? The email portal offers me a ton of options, okay? I can create a blank template, just start from scratch right here, or I can create templates that I can pull on every time a lead comes in and they're at a specific part in the process that I can just load up and save myself a ton of time, all right? Now, Mlsp offers a bunch of emails by default. These are things that you can pull from at any time. So again, like let's say that they joined your BizOp or business opportunity, or they took advantage of something that you were offering. You could click on this one, on this specific template, and it fills in everything for you, okay? So it saves you a ton of time. Now you'll notice that these things, the data tokens, they automatically fill in the information of that lead. Saves you so much time, right? And some of the data that you can put in there is like the prospect's first name, last name, phone numbers, things like that, right? Again, saves you a ton of time. But let's say like this person is going to be kind of a custom email that I had, or I'm sure that there's going to be a lot of people that are opting in for this specific funnel, this messenger marketing guide, because it's a great guide, right? So I'm going to set up a template specifically to send to these people that are in that part of the process, okay? So I'm going to click on edit templates. I'm about to leave the edit screen, yes. All right, new template. And I just for speed's sake, I'm just going to copy one so I don't have to write a full one out. But let's say I'm going to create a new group, because again, this is just ease of use. Group up your emails for to make you be able to like quickly go through them and assign them, right? So I'm going to add a new group. Let's just say cheat sheet follow-ups. So this is going to be anyone that opts into any of my funnels that offer cheat sheets, okay? That'll be easy to do. Template name is Messenger Marketing Guide Follow-up. Hey, I hope you liked the guide. First name is going to be the template subject. And then I'll go through and I will edit all of this information and say, hey, last week or a few days ago, you opted in to receive the Messenger Marketing Guide. I just wanted to check in, see what you thought. If you had any problems, if you had any questions, get in touch with me. If you want to get in touch with me, why don't you shoot me your phone number or give me a good time where I can call you and we can talk more about what you experienced or what you thought, all right? Now, basically, let's say that this is saved. I'm going to update the message template, okay? And I'm going to close out of here. So I just created my very own template to save me a ton of time. And now when I'm ready to send this email, it's already there. I just open up the email, choose the template, and then I'm going to go to preview the message. Now I want to iterate something real quick. This is not an autoresponder. It wasn't built to be an autoresponder. This isn't a system that's going to send emails on like a daily basis with you not doing anything, right? This is meant for you to be able to have these one-on-one interactions with your leads. So what's really cool about this is that we don't send the email for you. We actually drive all of this information to your email so that you can just hit send, so it's coming from you, right? And I'll show you that in a sec right here. So what I'm gonna do is preview the message, and it's gonna show me what the email is gonna look like. It shows me the subject and the email body, okay? And then when I click push email, it's gonna actually open up in my email. All right, whatever your main email is. Mine is Gmail. You might use Outlook or something like that. And this thing is ready to send. I can just hit send and it's good. And now when I come back here, it even asks me to log the email as an interaction that I just completed. I'll click log email and I'm good. Okay. I hope you saw like how powerful something like that is, because once you get a few of those templates in, you save so much time by just setting up tasks, going in here, sending out specific emails that you know is going to affect them in a certain way because of where they are in the process. It is super easy to do, okay? And now I have a list of interactions with this super hot prospect that they are ready to buy from me, okay? And I never have that question before I call them, oh God, what did I say last time? What did I say last time? Where are they at? Where are they at, right? I know exactly where I am and where they are in this entire process, okay?
I got a couple things real quick, man, because I'm getting excited again about it as I watch this, guys. Okay, so this is your business. Figure out what you like, depending on the funnels you have out there, or if you're doing Facebook Lives, or if you're giving away lead magnets and this and that, or if you're having specific conversations, and you find out that they already have a business, but they want Mlsp, they want to learn how to brand themselves, they want more leads, or if they, what they really want is your product. Maybe they want to lose weight, or if that's the product, or if they're interested in the business, right? You create, like, if you can use Mlsp templates, or if you've got an upline or someone who is guiding you and giving you templates, you can create specific customized templates based on the conversation. Jeffrey Lebowski calls you back, you have a conversation with him, and you find out after, some questions and listening, because you actually care about the prospect's wants, their desires, their fears, you're getting to know them, you're finding what their needs and pains are. And from that, right, you're going to send them down a path. And based on that path, maybe you've done this for a few weeks and you've got, based on if they choose option one, you've got a template back there and you just load it up, boom, done. It's already, with the link that you want them to go to. If you want to send them to, if every one of your prospects have one burning question and you create a blog post on it or a video and you have the link in the template and you can, boom, click the button, it's sent out. Like, we're talking about efficiency, effectiveness. If you're saying that you don't have time to build a business, you don't have these types of systems and processes in place, right? That's what the CRM is built for, right? And you'll take a look, like with Mr. Lebowski, for those who've watched The Dude, and I love the names Jim has come up with. When he calls you back, takes less than, milliseconds. If you're in your CRM to search for Lebowski and pull this information up, you see the notes, amazing, sounded interested in whatever, more interaction notes, whatever. It sees, you notice that you've already sent them X, 2 or 3 of these other emails, and then boom, right there, you can bring up the conversation you had with them 6 months ago. You are going to blow them away, and they're going to sign up with whatever you point them to, just because it looks like you care, which you do because you've taken proper steps to follow up like a professional business owner. Okay, and this works for any business, and it's your bit, you know, depending on the customization and the email templates and what you want to sell and the funnels you're creating. And, you know, I mean, this, guys, over time, you're going to have hundreds of people in the CRM. You're going to have thousands, tens of thousands. And you can always export. We don't hook you. You know, if you want to export your leads, you absolutely can. This is just, we're wanting to help, and we build stuff that our audience, first, we know that they need, and number two, that they ask for. And this is not an optional software if you want to go full time. This one was like one of the first things we wanted to get done when time allowed, and we dumped a fortune in it, and to keep it updated so that our members, you, could have the necessary tools, equip yourself with these necessary tools to build a full-time business. Does that make sense? You are muted, Jim.
Sorry. And yeah, and there was a question about whether or not this is for the CRM. So I hope that, and now I know that some of you guys aren't members, some of you guys don't have a CRM. Our goal for tonight, while yes, it was showing the CRM for the members that are on, the power of it, and what you can do, I hope you're understanding we're trying to get across the power of just having a CRM and what it can do for you and your business. And not only that, but how to use the features of a CRM to take the most advantage of it, right? I hope that makes sense, because while we're going through these things, like I want you guys to pick up on the fact, like this is how things are done, and the theory behind what we're saying. Like when Brian just talked about how crucial and how key it is to be able to pull up conversations from months ago. You know, if you've had a really long break between conversations, to be able to get off on the same foot as where it was when you had that last conversation, right? I mean, these are very important features to be able to have in any CRM in any business. So those are the main features. Now, I know I covered, at least for Mlsp members, I covered this pretty fast. We have awesome training in the back office, specifically how to use the CRM and how to get it to its full potential. But I want to show you guys kind of like the process of what it looks like to get a lead into this specific CRM, just through, we'll test out one of our lead magnets that you guys don't have to create on your own, right? It'll be the fastest thing to do. So I'm going to come back to our Mlsp back office, and I'm going to look at our Mlsp system campaigns. And the last one that we just created was this messenger guide. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little snippet of tracking code at the end of this. It's super easy to do. Okay. So don't get lost on me here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to say $T equals. And now I just add a little snippet so that when I see this person in the CRM, I know exactly where they came from. So where would I potentially share this link? Let's say I share it on my Facebook fan page, right? And I want to know if someone is coming from my fan page through this lead, right? Because then next time I contact them, I can be like, hey, thanks for stopping by my fan page. I saw where you got this lead. If there's anything I can do for you, you know, like make sure that you understand where these leads come from. It's so powerful. So I'm going to put a tracking pixel of, or a tracking code of Facebook fan page. And again, we have some training in the back office specifically on how to use this feature. Okay. Now, I put this link on my fan page. Someone clicks on it, they land on this page. Okay. Now I'm going to do Jonathan Snow, because I don't have enough of those leads yet in my CRM. John Snow 0987654321 at gmail.com. Now, I have been using this quite a bit, testing some things recently. So it might ask me to, yeah, like check I'm not a robot. And now they get the lead, or they get the information that they just opted in for, which is an awesome video and then a download PDF. And when I come back to my prospect list and it loads, there they are, okay? They're right in my CRM. Now I can do this, but what I really want to do is I want to come into here, because now you guys saw where the lead came from, right? But in me, I might just get an email that says, hey, you just got a new lead. I come back into my CRM, I open him up, and I can see exactly where he came from. He came through the Messenger Marketing Guide, and he came through my Facebook fan page, right? So I can make a note of that if I want to, but it's always going to be here. Now I can go in and edit any of the information. I can add the label of Facebook marketing because I know he's interested in Facebook marketing. He just downloaded a PDF or a training about it, right? So I know he's there. And I could maybe find him on social media through his email address or something like that. Maybe add some of his contacts, follow him on Twitter, find him on Facebook, that kind of stuff. Maybe schedule a task like you just saw to hit him up in a couple of days and ask what he thought about the free training, right? So that's kind of an example of what you can do when a lead comes into your CRM, especially if you have some of that tracking in there so you can know exactly where that lead came from. Make sense? Be good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, awesome. So that's really all I wanted. So with our CRM, at least, our system campaigns, Mlsp sites, funnelizer, all those things can be easily integrated into the CRM. B, do you want me to touch on Zapier?
Okay, guys, this was yes, I think here's what I'll say about this. It's not for everybody what Jim's about to show you, but for those who have funnels and offers or plan to create them, there is something that is very cool that we can do as marketers to dump every single person who raises their hand and opts in to any of our funnels to make sure that they not only go into the CRM, but ideally, of course, your autoresponder as well. But we're going to show you how to bring them over into your CRM. So if people opt into one of your funnelizer pages or your blogs or a system campaign or wherever, Jim's going to show you something very cool that allows you to dump every single person into this so that we can follow up like a pro.
Cool. So what I'm going to show you real quick, and again, we have some great training in the back office specifically for this, but what I want to show you is how you can use our CRM if you're promoting your own stuff everywhere around the web. If you have your own autoresponder, that's not like one of the ones that we specifically integrate with. If you use some page builder or a blog somewhere else, how you can get these leads into your CRM pretty quickly, okay? And I'm going to start off like what that intro that Brian gave was perfect. It's not for everyone. It doesn't have to be for everyone, all right? It's a little bit more advanced, but when you learn how to use this service, it opens up a ton of doors, okay? Now, there is a free plan for most beginners, for most people that are just starting out. That's more than enough. Free plan is gonna be enough. When you get to a little bit more, you're getting a lot more traffic, you're getting a lot more leads, and you need to really take advantage of Zapier. It's $20 a month, and it is well worth it. Any application that is worth its weight in whatever that saying is, worth its weight in gold or worth salt, has a Zapier app. That's most autoresponders. Mlsp has one. Facebook has a few. ManyChat just came out with theirs. We're going to have some training coming out for that very soon. So some very powerful stuff can be done here. And I'm just going to show you what it looks like to make a Zap. And I'm air quoting this, make a Zap, okay? So I created an account. I'm going to log in, and I'm going to make a Zap. Now, in order to be able to have access to our Mlsp Zap or Zapier app, you just need to accept it. And there's training in the back office of Mlsp that shows you exactly where to sign up for our Zapier app because it's private for people that are just in Mlsp, right? So what I'm going to say, I'm going to imagine that I have a blog hosted somewhere and I have a lead magnet on that blog and I'm using an Aweber form, right? By default, that Aweber form is just going to capture the lead onto your Aweber list, right? What I want to do is I want to capture the lead on the list, and then I want to move them over to my Mlsp CRM so I can do all the cool functions that you guys just saw in there, okay? What I need to do is I have a trigger, which is going to be people opting into my Aweber list, and then I have an action, which is going to be moving them to Mlsp. Pretty simple, right? It's 2 steps. So the trigger, I already use these, but again, if you use MailChimp or something like that, MailChimp's got one. GetResponse has their own. So again, if you use autoresponders that we don't necessarily integrate with, it's easy to use the Zapier apps to be able to integrate them yourself, okay? So again, the trigger is going to be Aweber. Now, I already have an Aweber set up in my Zapier app. It takes 3 seconds to add one. All you do is click add Aweber and log in, and it does the rest for you, all right? But the trigger is going to be when I get a new subscriber, and I'm going to save and continue, all right? So this is when someone opts in on my blog. I'm already connected. I can test to make sure that connection is there. Again, you just have to click connect an account right here and log in, all right? Save and continue. Now, this is the account that I want to use, okay? That's it. Just this, all this information pulls in automatically when you connect to Aweber, all right? The list, this is just a dummy list that I have. And then the status, this is going to be anyone that ever opts in to this specific list, okay? And I just hit continue. And that's it. I set up the trigger, all right? Step 1. Test is successful. I'm ready to go. Now all I need to do is move them over to Mlsp, all right? So I click on the Mlsp app. And again, to connect your Mlsp app, all you need is the API key. Again, this is so easy to set up. It really is. We have training in the back office that walk you through activating this application. All right. I want the action to be to create a new prospect in my CRM. Again, connect an account if you haven't already. I did already, just so we could save some time here. Save and continue, because that's my account. Now I get to choose what email addresses are being used here, okay? So like the values that are being used here. So email address, I'm just gonna use email right here. First name, again, all this stuff is provided by the trigger, right? Which is Aweber. So first name, match up with first name. Last name, match up with last name. Phone will match up with phone. Tracking, that is going to match up with the ad tracking variable, right? This is part of Aweber, so it's a little bit different if you're using a different autoresponder. And then the label IDs, which is really, really cool, okay? What I didn't show you is that you can set up some overall settings, like you can set up your own time zone, you can set up labels, mass here. But when you set up a label here, which all I did was come up to settings and set up labels right here, what you can do is click on this little edit button and this label ID, and each label has an ID. All you need to do is put that there and they'll come into your CRM with that label already intact, okay? So in this case, I'm gonna say Zapier blog is the label that I want automatically added. So it's 11244, 11244, continue, create and continue. All right, so this is the information that it's testing with. Okay, so when I click create and continue, the Zapier is actually going to run right now and do a little test. Okay, so I'm going to click finish, name the app, Aweber blog, turn it on, and it's good to go. Now, whenever I promote that blog post that has an Aweber form on it, if someone opts in, they go into Aweber and then they get forced into my Mlsp CRM. Right, and I don't think that lead was already in my account. Nope, it wasn't. So this is the test that we just ran, and now I have a prospect that came from my Aweber list. Okay, so again, this was just a real quick. I know it's a little bit technical. If you need to do this, we have some great training in the back office again, but I wanted to show you what's possible. You don't just have to use Mlsp provided stuff in order to be able to use the CRM. Okay, you can use anything that has a Zapier app. I think there's over 1,000 now apps that you can put back there that you can connect with. So really, really powerful stuff that really opens up the CRM functionality to a whole slew of options. See, how technical was that? Was that rough?
No, it's great. Well, I mean, guys, if that went over your heads, you may not be at that point yet. But Jim, you guys, what's cool is that if Jim, if you go into the just go to the CRM training, guys, there's 2 videos that will show you exactly what Jim just did. We'll show you step by step if you're wanting to, if you've got Aweber, GetResponse, or whatever autoresponder, you can trigger those leads to dump into Mlsp CRM the second you get a lead, which is awesome. And you'll see, guys, just go to the CRM section when you go to the marketing strategies page, and then scroll down to the advanced training.
Right. So this is what we kind of went over today in much greater detail, a little bit slower, so you guys can get a better feel for what the power of the CRM is. But if you scroll down to advanced techniques, this will get like more hands-on how to use Zapier, how to integrate with other services and things like that.
Yeah, awesome. Cool. Okay, man. Can you show real quickly the appointments? Because I think this is such a, guys, if people, it's people, it is about relationships. You give them the DVD, you give them the video to watch. They promise you that you follow up with them or they follow up with you tomorrow at 6 p.m. You make that schedule, that you make that appointment. I mean, if you're doing the gig, if you're doing the deal, guys, you're not going to use Google Calendar for if you're really making a boat ton of, that's great. I personally use Google Calendar or whatever software you use, but it is something special to be able to log into your CRM and see what the tasks are and the appointments are for the day, to follow up with who and when and all of the notes and who said what and what's happening and where they're at in the process and what type of follow-up is going to come up. And you can prepare for the call with the prospect. And it's just such a huge, the tasks and the appointments. Jim, I don't think you showed the actual appointment. Maybe you did. I think you did briefly.
Yeah, we touched base on it. But I mean, what's really cool, so this is the task list. I didn't show the task list. This is basically going to be a list of all the tasks you have either overdue, coming this week, or way in the future, right? And when you click on these users, the tasks and interactions that you've had so far will show up on the right, so you can quickly have access to what, where you guys are in the process. But this is, it's funny because I always think back to, again, when I was running my own web development business, the amount of folders and like notepads that I would have to shuffle through before I got on a call with a client or something like that to find out exactly where we were in the process and what I needed to talk to this person about and what I needed to tell this person about a potential sale, and this removes all of that, right? I mean, if nothing else, just save the trees, right? How much paper I went through back then, keeping track of prospects and things.
And you see those tasks, guys, the labels. Imagine if you are in a network. I know we've got different industries. We've got real estate agents, attorneys, all sorts of different walks of life on this call, which is great. But if you're specifically in network marketing, or if you can think of how you could use this, but the labels, guys, if you're talking to someone who's in, X company and X company goes out of business, over the course of the past year, maybe you've spoken to tens or hundreds of people who are in X company. You can filter by the label X company. You can either manually reach out, if you don't have too many, or you can export that list of just labels of people who are involved with X company. They change their comp plan, business, they whatever, go out of business or change directions, and you want to ping everyone who is involved, everyone who you've labeled as X company. Guys, this is where the fortune is made. I'm sure you've heard it. The fortune is in the follow-up, right? That we are taking that to like the stratosphere with the CRM that really is only, before Mlsp is reserved for Fortune 500 companies and people who want to pay thousands of dollars for this type of software. So that is I hope that landed and hit home, because the labels, as you continue the journey and as you grow your business, is such a powerful component of the software.
Cool. Yeah. So I do see it. I'm looking at some of the questions here. B, I'm not sure how many, what kind of Q&A we're doing here. Well, one of the questions was, will the prospect photo show up from their social media accounts? So again, all the information that I've been showing over tonight is all dummy information. So none of this stuff exists, but we use Gravatar to pull in the actual image. So it's, widely known. It's what makes images and things show up on blog comments and all that stuff. So if the person has a Gravatar, it will show up here in your client information.
Awesome, guys. Well, maybe we'll take a couple minutes of questions, and Jim, I can fire them off, and we can go through as many as possible. Probably only stay on for the next 5 or 10 minutes or so. For those who are members, we went kind of in depth here tonight. You saw where you can go to learn more about the CRM if you're interested, and Jim on that training on the which is right there, guys. You can learn more about the CRM and of course Zapier integration, and if you wanted to link more funnels and offers and all sorts of stuff to put them in the CRM. Once you're in the CRM, Jim did an awesome 15-minute overview training that is on the left-hand sidebar there, right under the training, that will take you through, you know, hands-on this software. So if this is your brand new, which you maybe just took the test drive tonight and you're on for the first time, welcome to the family. Deep breath, deep breath. We don't use the word frustration or overwhelm here because we don't speak that into existence. Okay, that reaffirms the identity and the cycle, the pattern, the program that we're frustrated or overwhelmed, and then we get, you know, we want to quit because it's not working out. And just understand that that old word, or the frustration, just means you're learning something new, which has to happen if you're going to grow a business. But if you're new, we got you. There's videos back here. You can refer to this training, which will be in the back office for members only, within 24 to 48 hours. Plus, there's many chopped up videos that will help take your hand and bring this to life for your specific business. But I know from the questions and the excitement that a lot of this hit home, and a lot of you didn't really understand the power of this software just as an Mlsp member, which is super cool. And hopefully, you know, whether you're connecting with people on Facebook, or you're going to offline events, or you're driving people to funnels and they're coming in here, you can manually, again, add connections through Facebook and start the process that way. I'm telling you right now, for those who do break free this year, this is going to be a part of the puzzle. This is going to be part of the strategy, the action plan. So I'm going to go through, Jim. I'm kind of going to pepper a whole bunch of questions, and we'll maybe over the next 5 minutes. But guys, if you have questions, come over to the fan page, and up on the pinned post, we'll get through as many questions as possible, and we'll see where we can go. Okay. Desiree is asking, can we add Facebook prospects where we don't have their email?
Nothing is required to save a prospect. You could add a prospect however you want. So if you have like actually an email address, maybe an email address is, let's see, Jane Snow. Prospect source, Facebook Messenger. Yep, email address is required. So you have an option. You know, you can put a dummy email in for right now if you want to do that. Add the prospect. So you have a couple of options right there. You know, we're kind of, it's interesting. We're in this new wave of leads coming in where you don't actually need the email to have them as a lead, especially with all this Facebook Messenger and ManyChat stuff coming up. And what is also cool for those of you that got excited, I'm not sure how many of you did, got excited about the Zapier stuff. ManyChat did just come out with their own Zap, which is very, very exciting, because that's one of those things where you could push that lead to the CRM from Facebook Messenger using ManyChat. You know, if you send them a field to fill out their email address, you could have them ping the CRM to add it. So some really, really cool stuff coming up.
Guys, what Jim just did, I'm telling you, everyone you talk to, add the prospect to your CRM. Add them, just add them. Hopefully, I mean, if you have a business card, you probably have their email address, but start getting in the habit of building and growing a real business, which is people. Does your business involve people, and are those humans required? Okay, so that you can start making sales and making money. That is the only, if you get good at people, that is the only thing, to my knowledge, that will give you money. Okay, and this is a tool to help you grow in that area of your business. Okay, level up, rank, advance, make more sales, convert more buyers, dominate the leaderboards. It's all wrapped up in people and relationships, and your ability to really take to life what Jim shared this evening right in front of you. Jim, guys, I know there's a lot of questions about phone apps. Guys, right now, we may come out with a phone app, probably in the future. Right now, no, this is, you know, whether you use Phone Burner or Skype or your own phone, you can log into this and play around with it on a mobile device, but you can't like dial through an app or a software. We'll at some point do that, I'm sure, but there is no app like for this. This is a huge development. And guys, Jim said it. If there are systems and software like popping up, there are lots of training education systems, I guess, popping up, and then some are saying that you don't need a CRM because they didn't take the time to create what you need, all right, to actually do the thing here. They're just flat out lying to you, like Jim said. If anyone is telling, I don't know if anyone's telling you that, but if people are telling you don't need a CRM to build your business, they do not. That is because they don't have one, can't offer one. They don't have your best interest at heart. This is where the money is made. And if you want to go out and pay thousands of dollars for a comparable CRM software that does what this does, that's one thing. Okay, but if someone's going to actually flat out tell our members or anyone that this isn't a required software to go big and go full time, flat out lying to you, period. Okay, so Jim, duplicate leads, are they flagged? Ed is wondering, are duplicate leads somehow flagged in the system?
So duplicate leads aren't actually flagged, but they're not re-added. They're actually, let me see, because Jonathan Snow, he likes my stuff. He's opted in quite a few times. You can see that he's only opted in once. I'm gonna have to call him, ask him why he stopped opting in. Let me see if I can find one that's got multiple. Basically what happens is, I know I had one. Let me go back to Jonathan because I think he is one of the ones that has, see Jared. Nope. Okay. So basically what's going to happen, I'll just kind of show you what happens is, you'll basically see lead added will be added underneath that or on top of that. And then another one will be added on top of that. So you'll know which things that they've opted into, but it's not a duplicate prospect, right? So you'll get more information about where they're coming in. So if they came in as another lead with the same email address, then it'll just add more information here rather than create a new prospect for you. So there is no like duplicate prospects or anything like that. But it's cool because you still get like, we have so many offers in Mlsp, right? So many great guides, so many system campaigns and things like that, that there are leads that, you're bound to run into some that are going to come into multiple things that you offer because they're so powerful and they're so valuable, right? So it's going to be it's really cool. You can scroll down here and see exactly what they are interested in, right? So all that information is important. So we track it for you.
Cool. Pat actually asked if Jon Snow was related to Targaryen or Greyjoy. I don't know what he asked. It was a good question. Pat Fink had a good question.
Valid question.
Good question. Was asking, okay, I already answered the prospect photo, guys. Gravatar, you can't upload that. That pulls in from Gravatar.
I did see a question about that. So just real quick, if you have not set up Gravatar, just go ahead and do it. It's free. It's built by the guys that put WordPress together by Automatic. It's basically a globally recognized app. Oh, it says it right here, I guess. A globally recognized avatar. So tons of sites, tons of services use Gravatar. You basically log in, sign up with your email address that you use all over the place. You can have multiple email addresses, and basically just upload a photo, and that photo will be tagged with that email address. So any service that uses Gravatar will be able to pull in your photo, and that goes for blog. WordPress blogs use it on their comments and things like that. We use it all over the place on our, on our thank you pages here. We use it up here. Like if this page was tagged to you, make sure you have your photo in Gravatar because it'll pull your photo up here. It'll pull your photo down here and things like that. So definitely sign up. It's just gravatar.com.
Boom. Awesome. Jared is asking, is there a way to sort leads by last updated time when you are in the prospect list?
Yes, you can do this basically. So I sent this email on 9/13, so earlier today. Basically, all these things up here you can sort by. So date, time added, name, email, those will be alphabetical order. Phone number, but you can, you have has phone up here, so you can label things that only have phone number. But this right here shows you like your latest interactions, going up or down. So just ordering by that.
Just Awesome. Okay. Barbara is asking, if I upload thousands of leads from Aweber, would I be able to label all of them at once?
I thought I read that question. That is an interesting question. Not at this time. No, there's no like mass label functionality, but definitely something we can bring to the team. It's an interesting question.
Yeah, a couple questions, guys, about uploading and downloading prospects. There's two big green buttons up at the top right. Very self-explanatory, very easy to do, whichever route you want it to go, whether up or down, okay? When using Zapier to move subscribers from Aweber, can you only move one subscriber at a time or multiples? No, you could, Linda, I think what you're saying, you can upload as many as you like. There's no limit of at this time. There's no limit to the amount of people you can have in your Mlsp CRM. Yeah.
So real quick with Zapier, like I said, there's different plans. You see what the upgrade thing says right here. Yeah. So you can update. So the free plan, it runs every about 15 to 20 minutes. From my recollection, they might have changed some things from the last time I looked at it, but it runs about 15 to 20 minutes, and it can move like 1,000 leads over to your CRM in a month, right? And a task is basically like how many times a month the task runs, and then you can have as many like leads in that task as you have, right? So like every 5 or 10 minutes. Well, let's take a look at the starter pack. So every 15 minutes, the Zap will run, and however many emails are like lined up to be moved over to the CRM, they'll be moved over to the CRM then. And then the next 15 minutes, the Zap will run again, right? So those are the only limits that kind of Zapier has. Again, we don't have any limits on the CRM right now.
How do you get the CRM? Rita, get back with the person who invited you to tonight's webinar, and they will give you a 100% risk-free test drive of the system that put together this proprietary CRM that comes with your membership, okay? Welcome to the family. Hello, hello. Tanya is asking, can you merge leads into one contact if a prospect used more than one email address?
Manually. Not like there's no merge button, but if you if someone has a contact information, you can make a general note, but you would want to get their best email address and use that as the email address, because wherever you see their email, you can click on, and there's so many ways to launch that email portal. So you always want to make sure that you have the best email address for them in their email field, because as soon as you click on it anywhere, it opens the email portal. So quick access.
Okay, what's up there? Anthony Jackson's asking, will the CRM let you know if an email bounces? No, because you're not actually sending the email. Well, go ahead, Jim.
No, because we're not sending the email, but you will get a notification because, again, your email client is sending the email. So if, let me see, not editable, email sent. Yeah, okay, so you can actually come back, I'll come back, but basically I sent an email, right? It used my Gmail account, it went out. I got an alert about an hour later that the email bounced, right? I can come back in here and edit the interaction, which is me sending the email, and come down here and click it and mark it as email bounced, right? And probably mark the interaction rating as maybe a 1 star if they gave me a bogus email address. Or I could keep it at 5 and make sure that I want to try and get it back to them, right? And then right here, it shows you as email bounce. Same deal, which is pretty cool with the wrong number. You can mark a wrong number right here, and it'll update the contact info, and it'll show basically red everywhere to make sure you don't try to dial that number again, right? So there's ways to kind of keep track of bad emails and bad contacts and things like that.
Awesome. Guys, every call, you should be taking notes. You're a business owner, you're a professional full-time business owner. If in your mind's eye, if that, of course, if that's where you want to go, this is not optional. Remember, every call, take a note of what happened. Even if they became a sale, label them as a new member. Label them, however you want, whatever makes sense in your business, but you've got to keep the dialogue going, and you've got to know where they are at in the process for this high touch, high converting business. It's people. Again, I started this webinar. Does your business involve people? And those humans must buy your stuff for you to make money. If that's a yes, this will take it to a next level. Alex is asking, any plans for, what's up, Mr. Ford? Any plans for Google Calendar, Apple Calendar integration with scheduled tasks?
Yes, there are. I never like to give deets or anything like that, but yes, all these things are in plans. Alex, great minds, brother.
Yeah, you guys are asking some really good questions, man. Awesome. Is there training on how to push email to Thunderbird email provider?
Yeah, so there's a training right here that says setting up your default email client for your customer relationship manager. It basically just, all you need to do is, and again, we go over this in the training, but all you're doing is you're telling the browser that you're using what your default email client is. So it could be Gmail, it could launch Outlook like previously. When I pushed it, it would open my Mac Mail account, right? It would just open that application. So you can really use any email application that you want. I just happen to be set up on a browser where it's being told to use my Gmail account.
I have been answering a whole bunch of questions back here, man. We were trying to keep this to an hour. We are just over it. I don't see any burning questions. I think we're good. What do you think? What do you guys? Did you guys get some value tonight? Yeah, it's starting to make sense and why we spent a year literally developing this software built by marketers for marketers to help your business, right? And why most, again, we had heard that some people were saying out there that they don't need a CRM, guys. They're just taking shortcuts and telling you, to come buy this or that, and saying that they don't need this because they haven't been here for a decade, right? We've put in the softwares, tools, trainings, the developments to help you build and grow your business. You're in the right place at the right time. It really is. If you're wanting to grow your business and build your brand and learn from guys and gals who are doing it in whatever industry, man, the software, tools, training, education, the community. If you're in business, you want to take it to the next level, you're in a good spot. Okay. How do I get the free trial CRM to send my leads? Nancy, if you're an affiliate, you just go back there and just take your affiliate link and they can take a risk-free test drive. It's $10 and that comes with the CRM comes with it. Okay.
All right. Yeah, I think we're good, man. I just want to close with this, guys. Again, I thank you so much for so many people stayed on to the end. And I know that, we don't take that lightly. Thank you so much for coming on tonight and hanging with us and letting me be a part of this. I want to reiterate, like, some of this stuff might have gone over some of your heads. If you're new, don't worry about it. There is training in the back office. Watch the videos, slow them down, go over them a couple of times. Because what I really wanted you to get away from with tonight is the theory and the process and the value that this thing has, or that just a CRM has, and the position that it should play in your business, regardless of what that business is, right? I just want you guys to understand so that you'll put the time in to learn specifically, maybe how to use this one in general, but just how to use a CRM, right? Just get a CRM so you can start utilizing it and getting it implemented in your business. Again, if you need more training on this, we have great training in the back office. All right, especially for those of you that were interested in the Zapier stuff.
Awesome. And the man, Jim, and guys, that training tab button, the Jim is right on this page. If you're going into the CRM, which is just right in your back office, Jim showed you exactly where. Okay, under My Prospects, the CRM. Well, that's the training and the CRM. Yeah, that's one area, guys. Just last minute before we wrap it up. Okay, and then right there is the training for the actual CRM, and the Zap stuff is under the CRM training, which is inside your strategies page. Okay. Cool. Awesome, guys. Cool. Thanks, Karen, Judy. You guys are awesome. Gene, very, very cool. Thank you, Pat. Man. Cool. All right, man, guys, great. Thank you so much for being here. That's it. My name is Brian Finale. Been on with my twin brother, Jim. And man, thank you guys for being here. And like Jim said, we don't take your time lightly. We hope you got a whole bunch of value from this. And more importantly, you don't just like get an aha idea or have that moment, but turn around and go execute. Turn around and start adding every contact you meet, every prospect into the CRM, and use it. Take tabs on the conversations, on the appointments, on the emails, and the customization and the automation and the extremely high touch that you can now have with your prospects, and knowing every single place, every single spot they're at in the follow-up process. This is where the money's made. If you hear or ever have heard the fortune is in the follow-up, we at Mlsp take that to the next level with this CRM. So that's all we got for you guys. Thank you guys so much for being here. Jim, thank you. If you guys got some value, feel free to come over to the fan page. Let us know on the pinned post if you got value. If you're already a member, come on over to the group. Let us know what you're going to be executing. Don't just say that was cool training. I mean, we like that. That feels good. That's fine. We much more care about what you're going to do now. Like, where do we go from here? What now changes in your business tonight, tomorrow, this week to help you get better results in your business, to progress and grow your company so you can build that dream business that you were promised when you first got started. So we'd love to hear that type of stuff, either on the fan page or inside the group. Have a great night, everybody. We'll see you next Wednesday, same bat time, same bat channel. And this call's a wrap. Have a great night.